Okay, in this video, I am starting at the GNSPES launch page. I am going to show you where resources are that will also help you to be logged into GNSPES in order to access you have to be logged into GNSPES with your staff email in order to access these things. So I'm going to go to How to Tutorials. There's Google Meet, Google Forms, and Google Sites. So if you were setting up a website, you could go to the first day training. Okay, and it does go over everything that you need to get started. Okay, so there are lots of resources there. I am going to create my own tutorial, but if you find you need to supplement it or if you have specific questions, please go to this Google for Education sites tab, and you can access that from the e-learning support and then go to Google Sites. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my launch page. So from my launch page, I'm going to click on Sites. And from here, it shows all of the sites that I have access to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new site. Yours will very likely be blank. And right now I have an untitled site. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually call my site Teacher Template, but you would call it whatever your class name is. So for me, I call my website Grade 2 Bembridge, but you can design whatever name you want for your website. Okay, so here we are. We have the teacher template, and I can see what pages I have. Right now, this is my home page. I can add new pages by clicking on the plus button. And so I'm going to create a number of pages. I'm going to have one page called Parent Resources and Links. I'm going to have another page called Student Resources and Links. And I'm going to have a new page called Weekly Learning Plans. And I'm going to have a new page called, you might call it Welcome to Grade 2 Bembridge, or whatever you want to call it. And then each of these pages have the title that's already there, so I don't need to change that at all. If I want to, I can change the image that's there, and I can go to the gallery and choose one of the ones from the gallery that I like. It could be something simple. I can also upload an image if I wanted to, but let's keep this simple. Let's just go to the gallery and choose something from the gallery that appeals to us. I'm just going to go with something really basic, something that's not too busy, and I can also change the themes of my pages. So if I wanted to have it a little different, I can change the font style. I like to go with classic. I can also do some of these things. So I've got lots of changes so that if I want to make my website look a little different from the template that's here, I can customize that. I think the important thing for you to focus on right now is just getting it built and the content, and not worrying about making it too fussy. Okay, so, and see why that doesn't say it. I think I'm going to change it to Student Resources. Okay. So I think they all say what I want them to say now. Let's just check and make sure. Student resources, weekly learning plans, resources and links, and home. Okay, that's good. Now, I don't know that that theme necessarily works for me in a learning environment, so I think I'm going to change that. Okay, That's a little bit better, I think. Okay, so now that I've got this done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my home page. Now, in order to add things, I'm going to hit insert. Now, I can insert images, I can insert text boxes. So the first thing, okay, so now when I look at my website and I go to home, I have a few things that are available right from my website. I have something really important, but I also have a little message. Now, I have to do some updating to my website. This is my regular website. I haven't really customized it yet for remote learning, and I have to get busy with that. But I have included a slideshow that talks about remote learning, and I also have a link right on my web page to the GNSPES launch page. Okay, so you can do those things and I'll show you how to do those. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of maybe some pictures, and I just simply, whatever I want, I drag over here. Okay, now what I have is I have the Nimbus screenshot and screen video recorder. Now this is one of my favorite extensions, and so the three dots over here, I go down to tools, more tools, and extensions from my Chrome browser. Now, what you're going to do is you want to open the Chrome Web Store and you're going to search for Nimbus. Now, I already have Nimbus on my toolbar, but if I didn't, it would look like this. It would say Add to Chrome. You'd see that message up here, and then I would click Add to Chrome. Now I am going to add this one just so you can see what it goes through. It says Add Extension, yes, but you will have just added this one here, which is the Nimbus Screen Share. Okay, so what that allows you to do is it allows you to easily take a picture of something that you see on the internet, and then you can I'm just going to simply screenshot that. So what you do is you collect selected area and you drag and you drop exactly what you want into your picture. Okay, and then you click yes. And you can save it, and it'll save to my downloads folder. So I can go back to the website that I'm creating and I can click on plus and I can upload that very picture that just went into my Google Drive. Okay, so that is there. And then I can click to add text. Click this. So click this link to log into GNSPES. Now I can make that a hyperlink by highlighting and then clicking this link. All right, so now it is a hyperlink. Words. Now, in order to make that a hyperlink, you need to see those the blue dots around it, and then you need to click on the insert link again. And again, I'm going to type. Now, normally what I would do is I would copy that address bar from my toolbar by just highlighting it, right-clicking, copying, and then I would click here, and again, I would click the hyperlink, and then I would paste it by right-clicking again. Okay, so you can add pictures. The other thing that you can do is you can add items from your Google Drive, which is really it's really convenient. Now, what I want to do is I want to add something from my Google Drive, and you can search for items in your Google Drive. You can find them from the folders. You can also go to items that you've recently opened, and that tends to be what I do because I typically look at what I'm doing first. Now, once you add things, when you're ready to add things, so if I wanted to, let's just say I have a slideshow that I want to add. So I want to add a slideshow that I have what good readers do. I can click on insert. Okay, now it went to the wrong spot. I'm just going to drag it up to the right spot. Now, the important thing that you have to remember to do, and this is so important, open in a new tab that file, and what you want to do is you want to click on the cog and you want to open editor. Now this step is essential for your parents to be able to see, or your students to be able to see what you have created. You have to click on the share button, and here I've got the sharing set to anyone on the internet can find and view. Now, there are different settings, and that is not the default setting. The default setting is only anyone at GNSPES with the link can access it. So I'm changing it to what the access is, and then I'm going to click done. Okay, so I'm going to show you again. Right now it's set to only people at GNSPES with the link can access it. This is not what you want. You want it to be, and you click on advanced, and then you change this setting to public on the web. Save. Now, this only allows them to view it. I could change it so other people could comment on it, or I could change it if I was sharing a collaborative document like a Google Doc or a Google Slide that I wanted students to be able to edit without having to log in. So this will be particularly helpful for lower elementary students. I could change it to edit. This is not a document that I want anyone to edit or to be able to edit. So I am just simply putting it can view. So I'm going to click on save. My students and parents will be able to see this document without having to log in. Okay, this is and I can type any instructions in here that I want, okay? So again, if I wanted to add any more items, I can add text boxes, I can add images, I can add something from my Google Drive, okay? Now, I can also add a YouTube video. I could add a Google Slides, a Google Sheets, a Google Forms document. Those are all other things that are available for me to add, and I just have to scroll on this little bar here. I'm just going to see if I can move this over a little bit. So I just have to scroll on this bar to see other things that I might want to add. The other thing I might want to have on, and I'm going to move this back over, I'm going to add a text box down here. You can and I might want to put my email address here. Okay, and that already includes a link. I might want to put virtual office hours. Okay, so anything that I want to add to that home page, I can add there. Now, when I'm ready to add resources for my parents and links, I can do the same thing. I can add any items that I want. I can add text boxes. I can add themes. So if I wanted to add a bunch of different resources, and again, I'm going to show you how I would capture if I wanted to add. Here's one. Okay, so I'm going to record screen-free activities. I'm going to drag my cursor to get that picture. I'm going to save it, and it'll download. And then I want the link. So I want to make sure I copy the URL by highlighting it, right-clicking, copying, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to, and I don't want it to be my first one. I want it to be one of my last ones. I'm going to upload a picture. I'm going to go to that last screenshot. Okay. And then I'm going to add a hyperlink to it. And I'm going to simply paste it and apply. Okay. And then I'm going to put a title, screen free activities. And again, I'm going to highlight it and add a hyperlink so that people can simply click on it and go to that website, apply. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you how to do that one more time with one other example from my website. This is the math resource website that I have created for primary to 2 students. It's got a number of different resources in here that you might find helpful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen capture a little picture of this. So again, I'm going to drag this out and all right, so I'm going to capture this picture. I'm going to click on save and I'm going to download it. So then I'm going to go back to the website that I'm creating. I'm going to press plus, I'm going to upload, I'm going to go to that screenshot. Okay, and then I'm going to type, and I forgot while I was over there that I should have, so make sure when you're there you copy the URL. So right click, copy, and then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to add a hyperlink to the picture. I'm going to click on apply. And I'm going to type math resources for P2 students. And again, I'm going to highlight the text and I'm going to click on the hyperlink button and I'm going to right click on my mouse and click paste and apply. Okay, so now I've got those things, and hopefully you will now have an idea of how you can add text boxes, how you can add Google Drives. The last thing I'm going to show you how to do is I'll show you how to insert, actually I'll show you a couple more things. I'll show you how to insert a YouTube video. All right, so if I wanted to find a YouTube video, I'm trying to think, Cosmic Kids Yoga. Let's just say I wanted to include Cosmic Kids Yoga. All right, so here is one that I can include. Spider Power, select. Okay, there is my video. Now I can add another one, insert YouTube video, and I want to call it, what video will I look for? Okay, so here is a double-digit addition with regrouping, and I want to select that one. Okay, so it's using base 10 blocks, which is great. So I can just drag that up there. I can have them side by side. So if there's something that I wanted there, and then I can also include a text box with an explanation of what those, so remember, you can customize this as you want. Please be sure. Now I can add that. I can also add another text box and I can make it shorter by dragging on the blue circles, and I can drag it up here. Now remember, the more you do this, the quicker you'll get and the easier you will find it. I'm just going to show you one more thing, and I said I was going to do that only last time, but one of the things that you can do, and I'm going to go to student resources, you can also add Google Forms, and I love being able to add Google Forms because you can put a survey right on your website and then parents can or students can complete it. So one of the surveys that I created for my students was asking them how they were feeling, and I can drag that right over, and so it'll be embedded right in my website. And so if you create the Google Forms, and I've created the tutorial for how to do that, you will find it there. You can also embed that in your website. So there's really a ton of options of how you can customize your website, and I think it's got a lot of flexibility, and it might take you some time to get it set up, but then maintaining it should be fairly easy. And as always, if you have questions or you run into a glitch, don't let yourself get frustrated before you reach out and ask for help. Okay, I hope this helps. Good luck.